The night was quiet, almost too quiet, as I sat in the nursery, watching my newborn sleep. It was then that I heard it, the haunting melody of a lullaby that had been etched into my memory since childhood. It flowed through the baby monitor with a familiarity that sent chills down my spine. My mother used to sing that song, a bittersweet tune from her forgotten homeland, and she had been gone for years. The eerie comfort of her voice seemed to wrap around the room, and I knew it wasn't just a trick of the mind. Her ghost was here, and she was trying to protect us from something lurking just beyond the veil of night. As the lullaby played on the loop, a strange feeling settled in the pit of my stomach, a foreboding that something was amiss. I remembered my mother's stories, the ones she told in hushed tones about ancestral spirits and dark omens. The atmosphere in the house felt charged, as though the very air hummed with tension. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched, that something sinister was inching closer with each note of the song. I resisted the urge to call out, fearing that acknowledging it might give it power. Determined to understand what was happening, I searched for clues in the dim light. My fingers brushed against an old photo album, and as I flipped through the pages, a forgotten memory surfaced. It was my mother, holding me as a baby, standing next to a shadowy figure barely visible in the background. The figure's eyes seemed to glint with an unnatural luminescence, and I realized with horror that it had been there all along, lurking in the periphery of our lives. The lullaby was not just a warning, it was a protective shield, a desperate attempt by my mother's spirit to ward off the malevolent presence. The climax came swiftly, the air crackling with an unseen energy. I felt a cold breeze sweep through the room, lifting the curtains in a spectral dance. The lullaby grew louder, more insistent, and I understood that the time had come to confront whatever threat loomed over us. I clutched my baby close, whispering a silent prayer as the temperature dropped. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the music stopped, leaving an echoing silence in its wake. The air felt lighter, as if the danger had passed. My mother's spirit had chased away the darkness. But as I stood there, heart pounding in my chest, I couldn't shake the feeling that it wasn't over. The lullaby would return, and with it perhaps the answers I sought.